probably have a boyfriend, huh?
He told me I was pretty.
What's his name? Just tell me a complete lie. You can say anything you want to me. That's the fun about me.
Hey everybody, welcome to Down to Watch. This is episode 63 and I'm Kahmeela, joined by my good friend Marcella.
Hello everyone.
We are here to talk about, well, we asked the question initially, are you down to watch? And we talk about movies and music and TV and just general pop culture nonsense, which that's my wheelhouse. That's where I live. Mm-hmm. And Down to Watch can be found on Anchor.fm and Spotify. We are now back on Twitter.
After a long drought.
After a long drought, at @down_watch is where you can find on Twitter. And so that's all you really need to know right now. So please follow, subscribe, like, and all that stuff on the things. And if you would be so kind as to leave a review, that'd be great. This is the Hey Girl edition is back. We're dedicated to this, to finishing Ryan Gosling's filmography. This is happening. These are all the next episodes are nothing but Ryan Gosling. You can go ahead and just assume this is a Ryan Gosling podcast for the next 10 episodes, however many more movies he's got left. And I doubt there's going to be I don't know if there'll be a new release by the time we get to the end of it, but whatever. I don't know. But after we're done with Ryan Gosling though, I was thinking I might do it again. We'll pick another actor or an actress and maybe figure out, somebody else.
How deep you want to get?
I don't know. Maybe if it's somebody
something like Chris Evans, is it a thirst trap like Chris Evans?
Right.
Is it like a deep cut like Michael Ealy?
I know, right? So it might be something. I don't know. I would like to let chance put it. So maybe we come up with a list of possibilities, and then we'll just randomly pick one or something like that. And if it's somebody that's got it's Billy Zane with his 1001 movie credits, no, we're gonna do 5. We'll pick 5 Billy Zane movies.
Just the hits.
Exactly, and take it from there.
I'm not going into your Hulu original file.
So yes, because I do have standards, and I know even though I love me some Zane, that shit gets weird,
right? Which leads me to this movie.
Song to Song is the movie we are talking about today. Let's see. What are the stats? Song to Song was released in 2017. Did you know about it? Probably not, because a lot of people did not. And there's a reason for that. But we're going to get into it. The plot summary: 2 intersecting love triangles. Obsession and betrayal set against the music scene in Austin, Texas. Lies! Directed and written by Terrence Malick, a fucker. Starring Ryan Gosling, Rooney Mara, Michael Fassbender, Natalie Portman, and anybody else who happened to be around. Because there's just all of these random folks that show up and they really do nothing for the plot or the movie. Our history with this movie: I never saw it before. It's been in my Prime watch list for over a year. And I think I only knew about it because I was doing this Ryan Gosling thing. And it sounded interesting to me because it was set against the Austin music scene is in the summary there. And because, right. Michael Fassbender, Ryan Gosling.
And Austin. I've been to Austin. It's an awesome city.
Right. Exactly. It's yay, you get to see bits and pieces of Austin. And oh, I've been there, blah, blah, blah.
I didn't recognize a damn thing.
Me either. Not one thing.
Not a damn thing.
Not one fucking thing.
When you said, it doesn't help that I think they immediately went to a foreign country for a large chunk of the movie.
Right.
But so you said, okay, Song to Song. We're going to do Song to Song next. I'm like, what's Song to Song? I pull up IMDb. I'm like, Ryan Gosling, Michael Fassbender, check. I am in.
Right.
5 minutes in, I was like, check, please. What is this?
This is the most self-indulgent masturbatory, like experimental film, but like I am okay with experimental film, with just like non-narrative, whatever. I'm okay with that as long as there's some sort of a point, or there's something for me to grasp onto, just to kind of hold on, just to kind of keep me from going afloat, from just like drifting
Right.
into the deep blue sea.
But there was none of that here. There wasn't. I struggled to find a thread to keep me interested.
Right.
Things kept happening. Admittedly, folks, I fast forwarded through most of this movie.
As did I. And
I used the nice little slider,
Yep.
so I was still watching what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But wow. And then they kept changing partners, and I'm like, who's that? Wait, what? Who's that?
Right.
Now she's dating a woman? When did that how? Now that's my own fault because I did fast forward through
Right.
it.
But also didn't care enough to go back and actually try to sit through and watch.
No, I made it 30 minutes straight through, and then I texted you and was like, I can't.
I refuse. I refuse to go any further with this. First of all, Rooney Mara is not an interesting person to watch or look at.
No, I agree.
She's like 20 pounds, soaking wet with boots on, and I was struggling.
Bacon Boyd.
Yeah, and like her personality in this film, her character is very uninteresting, and I struggled to find out why are these two dudes so into her.
Right.
And also,
she's not striking, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't even understand what made Ryan go up to her in the first place.
Right. She looks like she's 12.
Right. Because she was aloof. Is that the aloofness brought you in? But then most of the movie she spent with this I need an adult look on her face.
Right.
And I just kept thinking, why? I mean, I get it. Because Fassbender was the one thing that was keeping me
creepy, though. Like,
he was a little creepy. But like, I did make it to when he met Natalie Portman, and I can see how she right away was like, well, hello, sir. With his whole, I can't be left alone. And I'm like, she is working. Would you leave this poor girl alone? But then I was just like, don't leave her alone. Don't. But then she killed herself, and I don't know why.
Okay, I totally missed that. Like, and I missed them meeting. I think my introduction, I got to Natalie and him in a room together, and she was seducing him. I think he's like, I'm pretty sure she was standing over him, like over his face at some point. Yeah, and I'm like, and at one point, I wasn't sure that. And again, folks, yes, we fast forwarded through it because it's just that uninteresting, and I don't care. This is how I'm giving my review. A lot of holes in my review, but still, I don't give a shit about this movie. But,
no, because like you said to me in the text, you said the title is Down to Watch.
Right.
And we were not down to watch.
No.
It's pure and simple.
That's exactly. And I was thinking that maybe, I was like, are we doing a thing where different actresses play the same role?
Well, and so like the IMDb trivia, the very first one says, according to Ryan Gosling, there was no script used while shooting the movie.
I believe it. That was one of my first thoughts. I was like, I bet this bullshit was there was
off
no
the cuff.
Right.
What the fuck? No, there's no story. That means there is no story.
Right. And do you know,
you're given an idea.
Right.
To run with.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I've seen that.
So is it Terrence's fault or y'all's fault?
I've seen it done well, where it's like, okay, this is where I want the characters to go forth and be creative, like do your thing, be professional. And yes, I've seen it done well in Coherence. It was not done well. So
no.
I believe it was probably Terrence's fault, because
this is how long is this movie? It's almost 2 hours, right?
Yeah. The original cut was 8. How dare you?
How dare you? It is an 8-hour Chanel ad for the latest Chanel parfum for men. That's what because it is just a bunch of standing around looking hot.
Right.
They don't even really talk to each other that much.
No. And when they do,
you want to make money, right? For what? What do I do? What do you do? You have a job. You have a really nice house, but I don't know what you do.
what I gathered was that Ryan was a performer, a singer-songwriter, and Fassbender was a producer. I don't know who Rooney was. I know.
She wanted to be a musician.
Okay.
She was like a bass player or something.
Oh, sure.
But all I know is that Ryan ends up an engineer in an oil field or something at the end because he was like, fuck this. All this is bullshit. Yes, it is. I want a simple life. And all I kept thinking at the end was, stop laying on those plants. You're laying on the crop. Get off of the crop.
You suck at everything.
You do.
This. Yeah. I was just so lost in everything. It's like, and even however, like, just Ryan and Michael could not keep me like, even if it was a nonsensical plot, like if there was no plot, but even if it was nonsensical, I'd be like, okay, well, at least I have something to follow while I stare at these pretty boys. But
even the sexy scenes weren't sexy.
No.
Stop rubbing that gross pond scum water on her belly. That's really nasty.
Right? There's a point where I think Ryan asks Rooney if she ever had sex with Fassbender. And this is like, I feel like, isn't it apparent by now? Because I feel like they've all, like, all three of y'all have spent time together. Like, I feel like you would already know the answer to this question.
Well, and Fassbender kept telling her, don't tell him. And I'm like, how does he not know? Just be a throuple.
Right.
I don't care what you guys do.
And that's what I was thinking. At that point, like when they went off to Mexico, I was like, okay, so they're a throuple, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what's happening, because clearly it's very obvious that everybody is fucking. So
right.
No.
And yet none of them seem to know. Nope. Nobody. No.
And then the scene where after she says yes or lies about how many times it's happened, and then he has sex with her on top of a kitchen table. And then they're having the same conversation, but the location changes like 5 or 6 times. And I'm like,
and she just keeps saying, I'm a terrible person. Yeah, you really are. And her dad is like, can I meet him? Meet who? Who do you want to meet? Because your daughter is an admitted sex fiend. She has said it a couple times.
So who is the special one that you get to meet? And even him, like, I felt like their relationship was a little too close. It was like, is this her dad or her daddy?
Right. Or
like,
her daddy. Well, there's a person, it says in the cast listing on IMDb that Cate Blanchett's in the movie. I don't remember seeing Cate Blanchett at all.
She shows up a little bit later. I fast forwarded through that, and then and I stopped. I was like, is that Cate Blanchett? And then it looks like she is Ryan's girlfriend also.
See, I missed that altogether. I saw the like strange French lady he was dating that was dressed like she came from Italy in the 50s. Like she just had like that leather jacket and the black pants and they just kept wandering around like, do you like me? Will you miss me at the airport? And I'm like, oh, I hate this movie so much. I will tell you guys what I told Kahmeela. I forgot to continue watching it and it expired prior to for free, I couldn't finish it. Or at least that's what I hoped.
Right.
I did not want to pay to continue to watch this movie.
Nobody should pay to watch this movie.
No. But luckily in Prime, if you pause a movie and it expires, it will still let you finish watching it.
And again,
news to me. Yeah. I was like, well, fuck, I guess I have to finish it.
And again,
but I didn't.
If it had been something that you had wanted to finish, it would have been gone. They would have snatched it right away.
Yep. Some other trivia I see is that Christian Bale, Boyd Holbrook, who's like the poor man's Garrett Hedlund from Tron, Clifton Collins Jr., and Benicio del Toro all had roles in the film and shot scenes, but had them removed. Is this part of this 8 hours of footage?
That's what I'm saying. Anybody who was around, it was just like, hey, you want to be in this movie? Where's the script? There isn't one. I just need you to go wander around in this
Right.
field or at this diner or in this abandoned
Apparently,
house.
Christian Bale was supposed to have a role very similar to Michael Fassbender's, and he filmed 3 or 4 days
What?
on the set. His role was substantial,
And just like, nah.
and he was ultimately cut, as his character was probably too similar to Fassbender's.
Well,
What is the character? I don't know.
What is Fassbender's character? Is he just a creepy producer that's just a horn dog? Like I don't
Like the scene at the beginning when he's having that party and he's got that urn and he's putting the ashes on that girl and he's like, it's just a thing. It's a thing. I don't care that it's a thing. It's a thing we do.
Who's we? Why? Not me. Not me.
Not me. Not this girl.
Not this.
I don't care how big your dick is, sir. You're not putting dead ashes on my forehead and then let me walk around a party with dead ashes on my forehead for the rest of the party.
Thing we do. No.
No.
And what's really funny is that, I use Letterboxd to like log the movies that I've seen and all that jazz. And I like to look at the reviews, the user reviews. And it's like, it's no in between. Like either people loved it, it's one of Terrence Malick's greatest pieces of art, or people hated it. Yeah, like, and like most people, the only reason why they were drawn to it was because of Ryan Gosling and Michael Fassbender. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do this.
Right? And I'm now looking at Terrence Malick's filmography and I'm like, have I ever seen a movie of yours?
I think the only thing I saw was A New World with Colin Farrell.
Oh, I think all I've seen is The Thin Red Line.
I feel like I may have seen that, but I don't know if I did. Like I
need to look at the poster.
I might be
That's
confusing
so terrible.
it. Yeah, I might be confusing it with Saving Private Ryan or something. Like I don't know.
No, it's very similar. Yeah, this is the one with blah, 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 Sean Penn.
Yeah, I still don't remember. Like it was like a million years ago.
Sean Penn in the video in the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Penn, Adrian Brody, Jim Caviezel, Ben Chaplin, who are all the same person, I might add. Adrian Brody, Jim Caviezel, and Ben Chaplin. They're all the same dude.
One of the user reviews for it is, it's meaningful, it's art, poetic cinema. You just don't get it. You have to be one with Malick. Fuck out of here with that shit. Can't y'all accept when he makes a bad film?
Ugh. No. Be one with Malick. I don't want to be one with Malick.
No, I want nothing to do with this man ever again. Like I have no desire to watch anything that he has put together on film ever again. This is just, and Holly Hunter is in it too. Like I'm looking at the cast list, like really? And
she's Natalie Portman's mom, I think.
Okay.
Because she comes over and there's a scene, that is probably the best part of this movie. There's a scene at the house between Natalie Portman and Holly Hunter, and Natalie's super depressed and she's explaining why she just feels so vacant and unimportant. And kind of like this movie.
That's the feeling you get when you're in a Terrence Malick film.
Mm-hmm. And she's describing all these things, and then the scene where she actually somehow manages to kill herself, I think she swallows a bunch of pills or something, but it's intercut with like him finding her in the pool at home and him being really upset, with Holly Hunter like at a grocery store getting a call. She gets a voicemail from her. From Natalie Portman apologizing for what she's done. And she just loses her shit and like screams in the middle of this parking lot. And it's probably the best part of the whole movie.
Wow. Like leave it to Holly Hunter to bring a sense of like actual, like she's like, I'm gonna do my job. I don't know what the rest of y'all are doing, but
I would trust somebody like Holly Hunter, be like, take this and run.
Right.
Be free, my angel. Be free.
Right. Because Holly is a fucking professional. She is here to do the damn thing. Yeah, you're right. This is just like a very long parfum ad, and I just and I guess it was filmed during, like a lot of those scenes were filmed during Austin city limits. And again, like I just kept looking for anything that looked like the Austin that I know. And this is just all like in a bunch of open field. Like it could have been anywhere.
And it was Austin 2012 too, which this movie came out in 2017. So what the fuck took so long?
Cause it was he had an 8-hour cut. Cause this motherfucker
Well,
thought.
not only that, like I'm assuming, and this is my bad for assuming what the Austin music scene is like, but I was expecting more of like a country western rockish feel. The very first scene is a mosh pit.
Yeah.
And I'm super confused because it's like DJs and it's more like
I mean, yeah, that is definitely
Glastonbury.
that is it. Yeah, Austin is almost not in Texas. You know, like just
Yeah.
remove any thoughts you have about what Texas is like, because Austin does not really subscribe to those. And the music scene is very diverse and versatile. And like 6th Street, I think, is the main drag there that everybody goes to downtown to party and stuff. Like one of the times I had gone there, when you walk down 6th Street at night, because you can hear all of, like, there's so much live music going on, and you just walk past a bar and just hear all the music that's playing, and it changes from like the genres just change from every door that you pass by.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so vast. So yeah, it's just, it could be
Every bouncer's like, come in here, and I'm like, no. I went for a admin conference, and we went out one night. We went to one of the bars. It was the coolest bar I've ever. You needed a secret password to get in.
Oh my, wait,
It was
is it?
Awesome.
I think do you remember what it was called?
I don't. And
Was
they had
it
a very set menu of only like 12 drinks that were handcrafted at your table.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
nice.
it was really cool.
Yeah, there was a bar that we had gone into, and it had a secret room that my friend's fiance was DJing there, and that's how we got back there. And it was something like that, and it's like, oh wow, like this
awesome.
is neat. So
They had this panel outside, like in an apartment building, and you had to hit the right button for the
yeah,
bar.
that's not the
But
same
one
place.
of the other residents was Ted Logan.
What?
Which I was like, they're awesome. I love them right away. Like if you hit those other buttons, I don't think they went anywhere. But the fact that they actually made residents and that one of them was Ted Logan, I was just like, this place is wonderful.
Yes, it's amazing. It's awesome. A deep cut. Like not everybody would fully get that right off. So yeah, I mean, I could kvetch on and on about this movie, but that's really nothing. I have nothing good to say about this film at all.
No, and another trivia that I just found, which makes me hate it even more. There's two. One, that he wanted it to convey how life felt like a series of moments, which is why there are so many songs and locations. And it was shot in only 40 days over a time period of nearly 2 years.
What?
The shooting days were long, starting in the morning with only a 30-minute break for lunch. The actors were even shot in the car, moving from one location to the next, just in case it turned out into some interesting footage that could be used in the movie. You guys' life was hell for 2 years, and I am sorry.
That's why it took so long. Over 40 days, 40 days of shooting over 2 years. Self-indulgent, masturbatory nonsense.
Who's the guy that made the movie about a boy? That was more interesting, and it took 16 years.
Yeah. This is just gross.
This is some shit. We are not down to watch.
No, again, like I don't know exactly at what point I turned it off. I think it was very, very close to whenever Cate Blanchett showed up, and I was just again confused. Like, again, are we like, what is happening? Like, he has a whole nother life somewhere with this other woman, and I'm like, I'm out. We're done here. I am no longer gonna subject myself to it. Like, even like Dan and I, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in, I was like, oh, you could tell that it wasn't going to be like a very clear plot that was happening. It's like, okay, so it's like some art bullshit. Fine, sure, let's do it. And we were like, okay, let's hate watch it. Even after at some point, it's like, you know what? Like, I
can't even do that.
Like, we start to feel bad because like these are actual people. Like,
It's one of those movies that you get up and you walk away and forgot that you were actually watching a movie. And you come back and you're like, oh, it's still on. And you just turn around and walk back out.
Yes.
And he shot it using mostly wide angle lenses. Like, that's the thing. If you're going to do some art house shit, at least be a little more creative and, you know, not so on the nose as this. Like,
right.
I can't even say that the shots were beautiful.
No.
Or that they were breathtaking. It was just like, why are you at that angle?
This is a very unremarkable film.
It really is. For someone who's so revered as
Yeah.
Terrence Malick.
And that's the thing. Like, you get people like this, and then, like, they roll it, and you get the folks who watch it and pretend like they understand it and love it. And it's like, you guys are lying to yourselves and you're lying to everybody. Just admit. Just because everybody else thinks Terrence Malick fucking walks on water.
Right.
Like, it's not, like, he's not that great. It's not that fabulous. Like, I'm sure there's a place for his film making, but it's not in my house.
No, and I bet Mia Wachowski and Clemence Posey were considered for the Rooney Mara role. I bet you when they saw it, they were like, I'm so thankful that I did not. There are roles that you look back and you're like, I really wish I would have done that. No, this is not going to be one of them.
They're like, whew, woo, what was a close call.
And a lot of it, I have to saddle it on Rooney Mara. She just doesn't do it for me.
No, she's just really sad and boring.
Mm-hmm. She kind of ruined the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, the reboot.
Oh, I forgot that she was.
I turned off the girl with the dragon tattoo like 10 minutes into it. She just does nothing. There's nothing. It's like watching a robot. I can't.
It's like, do you have a pulse? Are you breathing?
Are you real? Are you a real person?
Yeah. So, gentle listener, I would strongly advise against watching this, unless, of course, you just don't try to actually watch it. If anything, like, put it on during a party or something, or you're doing something else and then play music over it. Like, don't listen to anything that they're saying if you just want to see the pretty people. That's probably the best bet. That's the best way to go about it, because
there's even a scene with Ryan Gosling and Michael Fassbender when Michael Fassbender, it's very early, and he's like, don't you want money? And he takes Michael Fassbender's jacket from him.
Yeah.
And he puts his jacket on, and he's like, I like this jacket. Where'd you get this jacket?
Yeah.
It's really nice. What up? And I'm like, you guys are gorgeous. But I am so bored.
Right. Yeah, he's like parading around in his jacket. And I thought we might get somewhere in that scene. I was like, okay, maybe we'll get some explanation now. No, he just likes the jacket.
You're like, make out, do something.
Right. It's like, I don't even care this much. Just fucking do something. Nope.
So your Ryan stats for this one?
Oh my God. Okay, so yeah. So, like, there's not even any, like, fun facts about this or anything. The soundtrack, I don't recall anything that was played in this.
Didn't recognize any of it.
No, it all sounded like noise. I'm going to give this movie a 1.
Yeah. Can I give it a 0.5?
Sure.
Okay, I can get a 0.5 for beauty.
Yeah. I give Ryan a 2.
Yeah. I give him a 2.
Because,
I give Holly Hunter a 10.
Right. Because, he looked good in it, but still, it's like, you know what? I'm going to deduct several points just because you agreed to do this bullshit.
Right? Oh my God, I think there's like 60 songs on the soundtrack.
Where were they?
I don't know.
I guess I just, like, really, really, really checked out.
I just opened the soundtrack page on IMDb, and I had to scroll for about a minute. That's how much is on it.
Wow.
But I don't recognize any of it. Except for Patti Smith.
Yeah, I think if anything, it's just, and those random cameos from people like Patti Smith and there's a couple of Iggy Pop and
Iggy Pop. Now we're at a concert. Whose concert is this?
Why are we here? Why are we talking to these people? What do they have to do with anything?
Nothing.
Yeah, so all this music wasted, and it's just okay. So are we down to watch again? No, never, ever. It's like, don't anybody come around here with this movie to me again.
If I ever watch this movie again, I need to call a helpline. I am in danger because I am torturing myself.
Yeah, it's not by choice or something has gone terribly awry in my life. Like that's that's the only way I'd be watching it again. But if you want to go ahead and punish yourself and do that, you can watch it. It's still streaming on Prime, just not for free. It's you have to pay your little $4.99 to watch it on Amazon Prime if you so choose to do that to yourself.
I wouldn't even spend 99 cents.
No, I would be wanting that money back after this. Like, somebody give me my little 99 cent back, please.
I haven't had this strong of a reaction since Lost Souls.
Oof.
Lost Souls is just about as terrible.
Wait, is Lost Souls the one with Jonathan?
No, it's with Ben. I think Ben Chaplin and Winona Ryder.
Oh.
We all almost demanded our money back.
Yeah. I'd almost forgotten about that movie.
Ugh,
I remember having a
shit.
very strong reaction to the Johnny Depp Jack the Ripper one, whatever that. What the fuck was that?
Oh
movie?
yeah, From Hell.
Yeah. Ooh.
This movie's from hell.
Yeah, exactly. I was very upset about that one as I walked out. So, what do we got here? The Bechdel test. You know what? I'm not even going to try because I couldn't even fucking tell you. I don't think it passes it.
Nope.
Because I don't think these two women ever talk to each other, and I highly doubt any of them talked about. Well,
there's the scene with Holly Hunter and Natalie Portman. They are talking to each other. They both have names.
Okay.
But I think they're mostly talking about how her relationship with him makes her feel. So maybe
I'm gonna say no.
But I'm gonna say no because they were more arm candy than actual strong female characters.
Right.
They were weak female characters.
Absolutely. The Gosling age. Does he sing or dance? He does sing. He's
he does like
playing the ukulele.
Shimmy a little.
Yeah, a little bit. And that was enjoyable for me for the 30 seconds that it was there.
He also has a very becoming smile.
He does.
I enjoy when he smiles.
Yeah, like that genuine, just like, oh, you really hit me in soft spot smile. Like he does a great smile.
And there was a cute scene where he was chasing her around that nasty pond scum. And it was really cute for a minute. But then he turned a little threatening and I was super confused.
And it's things like that. Like, why? I thought we were having a loving moment, and now you look like you want to kill her. What is happening?
Like they were jokingly running around, and then all of a sudden she seemed like she was running for her life. It was no longer cute.
Is his character eccentric?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know who he is.
I'm gonna say no.
No, because all he wanted was a simple life.
Right.
As an engineer on an oil rigger.
Okay. And
get off the plants.
Did he disappear into his character? No, because he didn't have a character.
He didn't have one.
It was like,
He's
Ryan.
just him.
Ryan, go do some stuff on screen, on film. Like,
okay.
Okie dokie.
I'd love to know how much they were paid.
Yeah, seriously. Character smug level.
It wavers.
Yeah.
You know, because there's the scene where he first meets her, or when they pretend that they're meeting again for the first time. After because they date, they break up, they date other people, and then they date again.
Huh.
And when they come back together that second time, he has like this little smug, should I not talk to you? Should I go away? Am I annoying you? And she's like, no. And I'm like, I hate this movie.
I'm gonna say 4 because it does.
I'd give it a 4.
It does seem to be like, even when they first meet and he just like he starts talking to her and she's got the earbuds in and she can't hear him, but he just keeps talking anyway. And it's just like
he's cocksure.
Yeah, absolutely. And also like when he steals Fassbender's jacket, basically.
Right.
I like this jacket.
So maybe a 4.5.
Yeah. All right. So now we do readings from the Book of Gosling, 100 Reasons to Love Ryan Gosling. Number 59. He's more likely to get a random doodle than a girlfriend's name tattooed on his arm. Okay. Okay. A tattoo should never be meaningful because at a certain point you're going to hate it and it might as well make you laugh. Though, to be fair, the name Sandra Bullock is pretty hilarious. Also, for those of you who can't sleep at night for fear you'll wake up to the news that Rye's place beyond the pines face tat won't scrub off. You can rest easy. He was never a fan of the tattooed teardrop. I said to the director, I got to lose this face tattoo. It's the worst. It's so distracting and it's going to ruin everything. And he said, well, I'm sure that's how people with face tattoos feel. So now you have to pay the consequences of your actions. So I had to do the whole film with it and now see it on posters. It gave me a sense of shame that I feel was inherent to the character. Oh, and speaking of Ryan and tats, do you remember Ryan Cabrera? No.
Yes,
Nor
I do.
Nor do I. But
I do.
I barely remember this person, but he was apparently some never popular singer back in the 2000s. Rough. Though he was more famous for dating Ashley Simpson.
I was just about to say he had a reality show with Ashley Simpson on MTV.
Huh. And
It was more her show and he was just her boyfriend, but
Oh. And he's recently had Ryan Gosling's face tattooed on his leg.
that's a choice he made.
Yes, that's the Goss face smeared over some hasn't been's shin. Wow, this is
Wow.
really rough on Cabrera. Thinking about it, it's probably the best thing Ryan Cabrera's ever done. Ouch.
That is harsh.
Man, damn, girl.
When I got my first and only tattoo, I was telling a person who had just come out of the tattoo place that I was getting my first tattoo, and they were telling me about how they just got theirs done, and it was 2 9mm on their cheeks. And I was like, those are nice. Because what do you say?
I'm sure your mother loves them.
Right?
Yikes. That is... that makes me sad. That makes me
Right?
sad for you. And you're
Right? There are awkward conversations you have in life, and that was one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, you don't. There's number 60. He managed to make us want to marry a crack-addicted inner-city school teacher. This is true. How he does this is the main mystery of Half Nelson. And that's it.
I've never seen that movie.
It's good. It's a little depressing, but it also has its moments of like he's a school teacher who's a crackhead, but he's got a heart of gold.
But can you be a functioning crackhead?
That's the question that is placed.
There's a few of his movies. I haven't seen Lars and the Real Girl.
Oh my God, that's so good.
And every time I would walk up into your studio, I'd see that poster and I'm like, I need to watch that movie.
Yes, dude. It is
And then I forget.
It is my favorite Ryan Gosling movie, with sustenance, not that he looks great or like super fuckable or anything like that. It's just like, it's a solid, great movie. And it's a wonderful, wonderful performance by him. And the script is beautiful. And it's just such a good movie. Like, you need to sit down.
I'll have to look it up. Is it streaming anywhere?
I don't know. It's gotta be, I would imagine.
It is spooky season. So I'm like focused on horror things right now.
Yeah, you don't really want to exactly waste an October viewing of a film.
Right? On Song to Song.
For example. Por ejemplo. It's not streaming for free. Like, it's on Tubi. I don't know if you use that.
I like Tubi, and it's really funny. When we were in our 20s, I bet all of our listeners will agree, if you're in your 20s, you don't have time for commercials.
Right.
You're like, fuck, I will pay extra to not have commercials in my life. I pay extra for Hulu. And yet, Pluto and Tubi are two of my favorite things.
Really?
Because I don't have to be tied to, I can take a break.
Right.
I can go to the bathroom and not have to pause or,
Right. And go get snackers.
Yeah. So I don't mind. And they're not edited either. So it's like.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Which is surprising. You're just like, was that a fuck?
Well, because that's what I always assume. Like, if there's ads involved, it's like, oh, it's probably going to be edited down as well. But interesting. Good to know. All right, and there's your lesson on Tubi. Okay, so that was Song to Song. Next up, I know the last episode we said we were going to do Ides of March, but we got to Song to Song because it was free, and I am so glad we skipped ahead.
Yeah.
Because I would have been even
Would have
more
been pissed.
Yeah, I would have figured out how to get to Ryan for this purpose. Like,
it would have been an entire podcast about how mad we are. We paid for it.
Yeah, like I'm gonna need my $4.99 back.
Yeah, but now we have to go back to Ides of March, which I have already watched.
All right, so I guess we'll find out where that ranks, where we're concerned. All right, subscribe, follow, like us, Down to Watch podcast on Anchor.fm and Spotify. Thanks for hanging out, and we will catch you next time.